onward with map assignment number 2. We're going to create balcony planes now. I'm going to use a slightly different technique. It's a little bit more labor intensive, but I want to show you how to do this. We got to make a new layer. First thing we want to do is just be sure our layer, everything we created a moment ago, is on the right layer. And oh, yeah, it's all there. Good. So let's make a new layer. And this one is going to be called balcony planes. Or balc planes, whatever. I would actually make it easier to see there. So we're going to make balc planes. Of course, it's the active layer. And I'm going to go down to top-down view, which is viewport 4. I'm going to pan it up slightly. And I've done all that so well. And I made sure everything else is hidden. And what we're going to do here is draw. And we're going to draw. Well, there's no point in zooming in. We're going to draw. I'm going to zoom in here. This is where I want to zoom in. And did I start with the... Yeah, I started with the center plane. So here's the deal. Over in primitives, so make sure you're on the primitives tab, click the free draw, the pencil, and you're going to draw, I know you can't really see the balcony right here, but basically it's this area. Every time I click to make a coordinate, draw, click, and when I get, and I'm heading to the last one, so I've made all 4 points, right click and hit close geometry, and it will seal it up for you. That's nice. And I just did that randomly. You don't have to be precise. I put in some not specific numbers over here, but we're going to edit those. So that's kind of the next step here. You've closed geometry. So, and I want to stress that it has to be done in a clockwise manner. Start with the upper left, clockwise upper left. That will set these points in a specific order. If you do it in a different order, the points will just be in the order you clicked them in, and the numbers I provide you in the instructions will be in the wrong order. You could still sort it out, but it'll take you a bunch of time, and you don't want that. So going over here, we need to enter in these exact coordinates so that your shape, which right now is a square-ish rectangle, is precisely exactly where it is in the balcony. So it's 38, 19.5, 11.5 feet high. The X is at 5150 by 2250, and it's 16.5 feet high. And this is going to be 5150, but it's negative 2250 because it straddles the middle of the theater. And it's 16.5 high, and it's 38 high, and it's not 38 high, 19.5, and it's 11.5 high. And it doesn't apply it until you hit the apply button. Ugh. Did I do something wrong? Well, that's a little weird. Why? Huh. Did not expect... Oh, look at that. That looks like a huge number. There we go. 22.5. Apply. There we go. That's exactly the shape we want. Fantastic. And something I forgot to mention earlier, when you were drawing the rectangle, if you were to click more than 1, 2, 3, 4 times, it would have made a 5th or a 6th, or many times as you clicked it, points. And you can select these points and delete them, but all hell breaks loose with your drawing. Whoa, craziness. I'm going to undo that. So the best thing to do if you have multiple extra points is to select the whole thing, delete it, and restart. Just trying to sort this out. It takes some patience. You can do it. It just takes some patience. But that is what we want. And if we go into 3D view, you can see that this thing is actually up in the air and kind of follows the seating plane there of the background, which is really cool. I'm going to go back to isometric view 1 so we can have that in. Hello. There we go. Zooming in. So I'm sure the next thing the assignment tells me to do is like, congrats, you're done, please save it. And yep, so we're going to do that. Save as project as, and we'll add another serial number to this, so we're at 05. Of course, we're going to delete all these in the end, but it's just a nice, safe thing to do. Let's go back to viewport 4 and look at it top down, and let's draw over here now. This is actually a 5-point shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to draw that. Of course, it does not have to be precise. So we're going to arrow, And I'm not even going to try to overlap with that other thing because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Heading home and close geometry. Boom. There's the shape. Now we want to tweak it over here. Make sure we only have 5. Of course, I went clockwise from the upper left, so it will align with the numbers that I have provided. Where are the numbers? There they are. So we're going to match those. So 38 minus 19.5, 11.5, 58 minus 24, 19, 54.5 minus 37, 19, 47 minus 37, 17, 34.5 minus 34, and 11.5. Now, if you make a mistake on one of these things, you can go fix it afterwards, which is kind of cool. That will work. Let's apply and make sure I did it. And it's perfect. Yep. Now, you'll notice the CAD drawing does not actually show seats for the upstairs, and that's just the way they gave us the CAD drawing. And let's try to do this same exact thing for up here. This is our next step. I'm going to whip through it here. And this is the next instructions. Make sure I'm good about that. Save your file. Yep, we're going to draw the next one. So here you go. It's the same kind of idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Heading home. Close geometry. Let's select that bad boy. And let's match. Make sure we're on the right one. We are on the right one. So it's going to be these numbers here. 34. I typed 24. 34.5. 34. 11.5. 47. 37. 17. 54. 37. 19. 58, 24, 19, 38, 19.5, and 11.5. Apply. Come on, big money. Looks pretty good. Going to zoom this guy back into the middle here. Let's go to isometric 1, and that looks pretty much like our venue, right? Right. So last thing to do, of course, is make these listening planes. Oh, do need to name them. Kind of failed on that earlier. So this is going to be center balk plane. And this one is left balk plane. And this one, of course, is going to be right balk plane. All lowercase. Going to make them predictions. And we should be pretty good here. Go back to layers. You can see, you can put your orchestra underneath it if you want to see it, but it looks pretty good. And if I pan a little bit, there you go. You can see that it is following the arc of the Gracie Theater, which is pretty cool. Excellent. I'm going to save this version and end the video and move on from there. Okay, fantastic. Saving and end of the video.